everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jasmine. I make lifestyle and beauty videos. If you're returning, welcome as well. Thank you so much for your love and support. I truly do appreciate it. So for today's video, it's going to be episode number 3 of my wedding / marriage series. So I'm super excited about this video, just like every other. Today we're going to be talking about some wedding questions. So I basically asked you guys on Instagram to ask me questions, so that's what we're going to go ahead and do today. So if you are interested, go ahead and just keep on watching. Also, if you do see my doggy walk around, she is with me. She's right over there. She's being super clingy today, so she's not leaving me alone, so I just put her on the bed. So if you see her kind of walking around, that's what she is. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just start off with the questions. So for the first one, did you make your wedding invitations / decorations or bought / rented them? So for our wedding decorations, we did some bought and then some we actually made, so it was kind of like half and half. For our centerpieces, we bought the actual like base on the bottom. We got that at Los Angeles, and I believe they were pretty expensive. I want to say they were like $16 or $17 each, so it was pretty pricey, but I really wanted those. We ended up buying that. But as far as like the floral frame, we actually bought that from Amazon. We bought like the little foam ball, I think that's what it's called. I believe we got that from Michael's, and then the actual like flowers, we got it from Amazon, which is super inexpensive. But obviously if you do have a lot more guests, it tends to be a little bit more pricier. But yeah, we ended up having to buy like, I don't even know how many flowers. I think it was like 400 flowers or something. I believe each come with like a pack of like 40, I want to say. But I'll leave like a picture up here or right here, wherever, so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. But we got burgundy, blush pink, and then white flowers. So we got 3 different ones, and we honestly did that by ourselves. It was my mom, my dad, my best friend Jessica, my husband, and my mother-in-law, who actually was doing everything. But props go to my best friend and my dad, because they were like honestly the pros on actually like forming that like circle in the flower, because when I would do it, mine would look so weird. It was just like not even a circle, it was like an oval or something. And so it was my best friend and my dad who were like really doing everything. Shout out to my dad, because I was super surprised it was actually coming out good. Yeah, we kind of did that by ourselves here at home. We also did have a backdrop like where Jesus and I table was, and that was pretty easy. Because I do YouTube, I have like the backdrop stand, so we used that. And then we went to, I believe it was like Michael's or Joann's, I forgot where it was, and we bought like this white with like kind of sparkly like glitter. And I think we bought, how much was it? I forgot how much it was. We measured out like the length of the actual backdrop, and that's how much we bought of the fabric. And I believe it was like a white with like some glitter fabric, and we bought 2 of them because they were like a pretty thin one, because we wanted to kind of be like see-through, so you can actually see the lights that we were gonna put up. And then the lights that we used, we got that from Amazon, but we also found some at TJ Maxx. Super inexpensive, nothing too crazy. And we basically just put that in between those 2, so you can kind of see like that flashing throughout the night. And that honestly came out so pretty. We also added some flowers, like some leaves, like kind of across the backdrop, and those we got it from Michael's. And what I did was, like, when you go purchase at Michael's, they give you like a 50% off discount code every time you buy. So I would go buy something and then I would save those, and I would buy the second amount that I needed, if that makes sense. And we basically used that. It was honestly super easy to do, nothing too hard. And my mom and my mother-in-law were the ones that were sewing it together, like the 2 fabrics, to kind of attach them so it can be a lot more smoother, or look a lot more smoother. And that was pretty much it. It wasn't anything too hard, but it looked so pretty. And I'll put a picture up here so you guys can kind of see like what I'm talking about. And then my mom also did the Mr. and Mrs. sign, which was super cool. She had already the Mr. and Mrs. sign, because I think one of her bosses' daughters or sons got married, so she just kind of gave those to my mom. So we already had those. So what she did was like clean them really nicely, and then she put like rhinestones around the edges. And then she used like old frames. She cut the back part, like where the stand is, and she attached that to the Mr. and Mrs. so they can stand on their own. Super great idea. And honestly, they lasted all night, didn't fall, didn't break. It looked so pretty. People kept asking me like where I got those. But yeah, my mom was actually the one that made those, and shout out to her because she helped me a lot. What else did we do? For the church, we also made our little decorations there, which was basically I knew I wanted to walk down the aisle with like some flowers like on the seats, if that makes sense. But we actually bought the flowers from the 99-cent store, so we went to like 4 different ones to make sure that we had enough. And then my mom already had like the what's it called, like the fabric, I think it is, to like attach those and tie them together. So mom already had that, so it was pretty easy. And then we just kind of attached it to each of the seat on the church. Super easy, but it looked so pretty. And honestly, it took us maybe like, I think we took like a whole day doing that too, because we had to like wrap them, put them together, make them look pretty as well. But I think that's pretty much it, I want to say. As far as the wedding invitations, we did buy the wedding invitations, but we actually made the envelopes. So I knew I wanted that like gold like stamp, I don't know if that makes sense, but we knew we wanted that gold like stamp on the back. So my aunt ordered that from Amazon, super cheap, and it was like the whole kit. And we all got together one Saturday and we started doing all the invitations, and they came out super pretty. So that was a pretty long answer, so sorry guys. But for the next question, it says, did anything not go as planned, and what would you do differently? So yes, there was a lot of things that did not go as planned the day of the wedding. But honestly, it's such a long story. I feel like I would make like a separate video on that, just because it's super long and I don't want to be here for like 40 minutes. So I'll do a separate video if you guys want. But let's just say that the coordinator did not show up that day. So yeah, it was pretty interesting. It's a funny story now that I think about it. But yeah, I'll go ahead and do a separate video if you guys want me to. Just leave it down in the comments. Would I change anything for my wedding? Honestly, no. Even though a lot of things didn't go as planned, like I honestly had such a great time at my wedding. I had my friends and I had my family who I love and care about. And that's really all I wanted. You know, I got married to my best friend. Like, the day started off good and it ended up being such a great day. So honestly, I wouldn't change anything. I wish I can relive my wedding day over and over again, because I just had so much fun, and it was just full of like love and happiness. Everyone was laughing and everyone was just such in a good mood, and like the energy and the vibes are just like awesome. So yeah, I wouldn't change anything of it, to be honest. How many guests did you have on your guest list, and how many actually came? So we had 250 people in our guest list, because that was like the max that you can put in the venue itself. So we knew that like our limit was 250, but I think only like 200 people actually came to the wedding. So we had like a lot more space. There was a lot of like empty seats and stuff like that. But yeah, I believe it was like 250. The next question is, did Jesus help you with the wedding planning? Oh yeah, he did help me with every little thing about the wedding, including like the church, the venue, the decorations with flowers, pretty much everything that had to do with the wedding. Like, I always talked to him first before actually getting something, just because he really did want to be involved in the wedding too. And I was really happy about that, because I wasn't really stressing about it so much, just because I knew I had his help. Next question is, did you go over your budget? We did not go over our budget, because we did end up getting a lot of refunds because of certain things that didn't go as planned. So because of that, we saved lots and lots of money, to be honest, like thousands of dollars because of those refunds. So it ended up being like a good thing in a way. So we ended up not going over our budget actually. The next question is, what did you do for the food, and who do you recommend for catering? So for the food, we didn't have to get a caterer, just because the venue that we actually had our wedding, you can get the food from there too as well. So we got the food from there. We did some tastings first, and the food was so good, guys. Like, I was really impressed on how good the food was, especially because my guests, like my family, my friends, were telling me that the food was really delicious and nothing was dry. Everything was like super good, so I was really happy about that. So we ended up getting like our food from there. We ended up doing a buffet style instead of buying like per plate, just because we feel like that was going to be a little bit easier. So they have the actual like venue room, and they have like a separate room that's like the bar area. So they did the food in there. So we basically called like per table to go and get food, and they were able to go 2 or 3 times, how many times they wanted. And it was like a good amount of food that we had, just because we felt like it was going to be easier, because sometimes people want to get seconds. So we knew we didn't want to do like just per plate, plus I believe that was like more expensive, so we ended up going with like the buffet style. And then we also did have like a kids menu. It made it a lot more easier just because we didn't have to go out and find a caterer. Everything was kind of really in that one venue. The next question is, how many venues did you see and how did you choose your venue? So Jesus and I saw a total of, I believe it was like 4 or 5 venues. We went to see each one of them, and basically I had like a little notebook and I wrote pros and cons about the venues, because they let us see like the actual room, and then they let us obviously gave us details about the catering if they had it, and then also the price of how much everything was gonna cost. So I basically always had my notebook with me and I wrote down the pros and the cons of each venue. And then once we saw all of them, we kind of came back home and looked at that pro and con list, especially like how many people can be at the actual venue, what they didn't allow, what they did allow. We also took into account like the beers, like the beverages and things like that, because like that can get a little bit pricey too. So we basically just had like a pro and con list, and that's basically how we choose our venue. We had like our wedding party at the Woodhaven here in Palm Desert, and it's a really nice place. It's a beautiful country club, to be honest. We had it there. They were really nice staff. Things didn't go as planned from their part, but they did make it work at the end, so I was really happy about that. But yeah, I got married there, and they pretty much had everything for us in that venue, including like the food, the linen tables, like decorations that they already had. We had like the chairs, the tables from them, so it made everything just a little bit more easier instead of having to get like different people for different specific things for the wedding. And then for the next question, how long did the planning take? Planning took 1 year exactly. So Jesus and I got engaged on December 26th of 2018, and then we got married December 7th of 2019. So it took about a year. The first like 2 months I was basically just looking for a church and then also for the venues. After I got those 2, then I actually started like the whole wedding planning, as far as like decorations, what flowers I want, things like that. But the first 2 months were dedicated to like what my colors were, what was gonna be my theme, what year am I gonna have it, what season am I gonna have it in, what venue, what church, little things like that, before I actually dived into the whole like invitations. And then the next question is, what advice can you give me for the day of the wedding? So first of all, congratulations. The best advice that I can give you for the day of the wedding is just enjoy every second of it, because it goes by so fast. In like a blink of an eye, it's already the nighttime, it's already gonna be ending, and you're gonna want to relive that day over and over again. I also recommend having everything prepared a day before, to be honest. So like get your dress ready, get your like earrings or your like hair accessories ready, so you're not kind of like looking for it in the day of. Just enjoy it. That's honestly like the best advice that I can give you, is just enjoy it. You're literally gonna marry the person that you love, and you're gonna spend the rest of your life with them, so you definitely just want to embrace all the good energy and all the happiness, all the thank yous, all the tears, you know, like it's such an amazing feeling that day. And I just felt like everything was so surreal. Walking into the church and seeing Jesus is one of the best things ever, so you just want to soak in every second, every memory of that day. And then the next question is, where did you get your wedding dress and when should I get mine? So honestly, I messed up with my wedding dress, like as far as like the time frame. So I got my wedding dress from David's Bridal. I love my wedding dress. I loved everything about it. I did have some alterations. So for my wedding dress, the back was a little bit open, but originally it's supposed to be open all the way down to like the butt area, and I didn't really want it to be that open, so I kind of took some of the excess fabric from the bottom and attached it to like my back area to kind of cover it a little bit more. But yeah, I got it from David's Bridal. I believe it was like $1,500, I want to say, or like $1,400. So I feel like the price was pretty good, just because I've seen wedding dress that cost like $3,000, $4,000. So I really loved my wedding dress, and also my veil. I was absolutely in love with my veil. Again, I'll insert pictures so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. As far as like when I recommend you getting your wedding dress, honestly recommend you start looking as soon as you get engaged, just because I waited like 3 months before my wedding and I was freaking out and I was nervous because I felt like I was not going to find anything, just because if you do want it to get mailed or shipped from a certain place or certain store, it takes time. Like, it's not like Amazon where you get it in 2 days. Like, it takes time for the alterations as well. I was really lucky. I met this girl from David's Bridal who was super nice. She literally helped me so much. God bless her, because if it wasn't for her, I probably would have been wearing a dress that I didn't even like or didn't even want. So recommend you guys getting that as soon as you get engaged. Start looking and start going out and trying them on at least like 10 months before your wedding, because it takes a while for it to actually get to you, and also for you to actually find a dress that you really like, because you don't want to settle. So I already knew kind of the way I wanted my dress to be. Like, I knew exactly I wanted long sleeves, I wanted lace. I had nothing of that. Like, I completely changed my mind when I saw my actual wedding dress. I was like, oh no, like, this is it. Like, this is the one. You just knew it. My best friend saw it, my mom saw it, and they're like, oh, this is perfect. Like, this is so you. This is beautiful. You look amazing. And then I ended up getting it. But for that, we were looking at, like, I don't even know how many stores we went to, and we could not find anything that I wanted. Or it also took a while for them to actually get to me. It was gonna take like a whole month or something. Next question was, what were you most stressed about during the wedding planning? I think the most thing that I was really stressed about, and it's because I kind of left it last minute, was getting a hair and makeup person. So I did do trials for my hair and my makeup, and I basically just wasn't really like satisfied with the ones that I had already tried out. And I believe I got my makeup person like a month before my wedding, and then the hair person, I believe I got it like 2 weeks before my wedding. So I was super stressed. So my hair is pretty like short, like kind of medium length actually. So I did end up getting hair extensions, which I'm wearing like right now, as you can see. These are like obviously not my hair. So I did get hair extensions, and I got them from, I think it was like Glam Seamless. Oh yeah, I got them from Glam Seamless Hair. Recommend their extensions because they look so real and they look so soft and look really pretty. But I ended up getting my makeup person a month before, I want to say, and she ended up being someone that I went to high school with. So it was super fun and nice to have her on the day of my wedding. She's super sweet. Her makeup skills are amazing, so I definitely recommend you guys like booking her for all your wedding or engagement pictures, or like anything that has to do with like makeup. Definitely recommend you guys checking her out. I'll leave her Instagram down below so you guys can go ahead and see her work. But she's just a beautiful nice person, and she really did my makeup so nice, and anything that I wanted done, she made it happen. So she was really nice. Definitely recommend her. And my hair person, definitely recommend her as well. I'll leave her Instagram down below. She did my hair, honestly did my hair so beautiful, exactly what I wanted. I kind of wanted like big curls in a way. I'll put in a picture here. She did my hair so beautiful. Like, I'm so happy for them too, because they really did make me look so much more beautiful the day of my wedding. My hair was nice, my makeup was really done nicely, but I was really stressed because I had no one at the time. Like, come on, imagine a month before the wedding you have no makeup or no hair person. I was thinking I'm gonna end up doing my same old makeup and I'm gonna end up doing my same old curls. Like, I just didn't want that, but I was really happy that I got to find them. That concludes today's video. I know I had some other questions, but I don't want this video to be too long, so if you guys do want a part 2, let me know in the comments down below and I'll go ahead and do that. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe down below to be part of my journey here on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that post notification button to be notified every time I post a new video, and I'll go ahead and see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.